Hi everybody. I hope that you're having fun and you got a great lunch. Please don't go because otherwise we're gonna be 5 people. So today we're gonna talk about boost your web app using Firebase extensions. And I have the pleasure to be with Renuka. Do you want to introduce yourself,
Yeah.
Renuka?
Yes. Hi everyone. Thanks for coming for our talk. So I'm a Renuka Kelkar. I'm a DevRel advocate at Invertase. You can see on my T-shirt that I'm a crew. So along with this, I'm an organizer for the GDG London, and I'm a founder for the Tech Power Girls community, where we empower the women, especially the women who are having the gap of 10 plus years in their IT career, and we help them to learn the Flutter app development from the scratch, and we help them to come back to the job market again. So that is our initiative. And recently I am like a WTM ambassador as well, so going in that way as well.
Okay, cool. Wonder Woman.
Oh.
My name is Laura, and after Renuka, I don't know what to say. I'm a Google developer expert for Firebase, also a Women Tech Makers ambassador, and also with Renuka, we are part of Women in Firebase, which will invite you all. This is a community worldwide that is related to try to make the effort and include more women and non-binaries to public speaking. Everybody can join us, though, if you have any ideas or something that you want to share, or even you want to, I don't know, create a workshop or anything, just join us, everybody. Okay? And I always, I've been practice this 700 times, and I did it wrong. So now we say the joke. Pretend that you didn't see this slide. So we are both web developers. I work more in the web in general, just using HTML, CSS, JavaScript, not much about frameworks. And basically our life as web developers can be kind of tricky because every time you go out, there's a new framework, there's a new API, how you're gonna put yourself, on time. So
I think for the classical web, you think about what kind of support and other stuff, and for the Flutter web, you are thinking at which package is supporting Flutter web or
exactly,
not. So
yeah, it's a fight. So when we started our talk, we were like, okay, let's try to remember this talk, and we did a selfie. Ha 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 ha. Oh, awful, awful. So the idea of this is just to so you can relate as a developer that sometimes it's hard to choose the right tool, like what are you gonna do? Is there anybody here that besides a developer is a product owner or entrepreneur? No? Okay, cool. 2, yeah, 5. So it is about the web. The web is amazing, and but sometimes we struggle a little bit to choose the right thing. That's why we got Firebase.
Yeah.
So anybody here using Firebase, or you're all okay? Cool.
Oh, okay.
Not okay.
Many
Maybe
people.
you're all Flutter. I don't know. Flutter Firebase. This is it has been a thing. So Firebase is gonna help you to basically invest your time wisely, just choosing the right tool, and then just do the fun stuff. Like save time and money in resources. But on top of that, Firebase, let's say, I think about 1 year, a little bit more ago, we got Firebase Extensions.
Yeah, it's a new baby.
Yeah, the new
the
baby
Firebase.
of Firebase is part of the Firebase product. And again, this is also to help you to save more time. So how do you can start using Firebase extensions? In the console, you can easily check which are the extensions that are currently available. And on top of that, if you start using those or even test, you can. The main idea is time saving. You don't have to or go around and check which server you need to use. You still can have your serverless application, and it's easy to integrate with third APIs. They got like Firestore integration. In our case today, we're gonna talk about payment because we're developers and we like money. And
I think everyone is looking about the money,
yeah,
right? It's
that's-
not about the developer, right?
yeah. That's the main reason, like, we are developers. No, I'm kidding. Or no. Okay, so if you go to the console, you will see all these extensions are available. It's not about only payment. You got image optimization, which is pretty straightforward, AI, and so on. Anybody here already use any of these extensions? Raise your hand. Okay, you can come and give the talk. Okay, so in my case, how did I use Firebase extensions? So some time ago, I've started an e-commerce when I was selling, not to myself, I was selling to somebody else, some courses where people can subscribe and watch certain video courses. So what I did, I used Vue.js, which was like very straightforward. And yeah, and I was using Firebase. And then the payment part was around like, how am I gonna do this? And then I discovered the Stripe extension about from Firebase. So I didn't have to add any other server thing or whatever. I was just able to use this extension. So I created this e-commerce with subscriptions. And yeah, I've started to get some money. Oops. And one tip that I want to give you, you know, this is like the Uncle Laura tips. Every time that you're gonna take a new tool, a new framework, a new library, check what is the community behind that. Because sometimes we really like to test and check new things, but maybe we don't have much support. But as you know, the Firebase and the Flutter community, is like big, you know, and most of the questions that you can have about something, even though when it was very new, you're gonna be able to have support. So this is just a tip.
I think because of the community, we are here today.
Yeah, exactly. On top of that, I thought it was the food, but so how you can start using extensions? It's always the same steps. Always install your Firebase CLI. Initialize your Firebase project if you didn't do it. Add the extension, configure and deploy, and then check your extension in action. So I'm gonna like show you, but it's gonna be like, yeah, not much in details because we're gonna check how to make that with Renuka with Flutter Web. So again, Stripe is very powerful payment API that you can use. And if you didn't use it before, I recommend to try to check because it has everything. You can customize things, send invoices, send subscriptions. It's amazing. Yeah. Again, if you never used Firebase before, which I don't think so, just install your Firebase CLI, initialize Firebase init. I just like the animation, so that's why I added this. And then install your extension. You can install from the console in your project or from the CLI, like this. And then you need to configure Stripe. There are a few things here that you need to remember and that I learned on the way. But you're here, so you're not gonna have the same mistakes as we have. Again, it's very straightforward, but it's kind of new, so there are some steps that you can miss. Stripe has a developer tab, and also it has a test mode. In the developers tab, there are two main things that you have to remember. There are two keys, the secret key and the restricted key if you want to use it. Those two things, those two things you're gonna use it, so you need to save it, okay? And then we will see where you're gonna configure this. Sorry, this happened to us today also. Okay. You gotta set up your environment. Again, if you're gonna use a Firestore, same thing. You need to do it with Stripe to start using the Stripe functionality. And then you deploy and then that's it. It's not that simple, but we're going more in detail now. So, again, I did this with Vue.js, very straightforward, but no idea how to use Flutter Web.
Yeah.
No idea, like, for real. I'm here to learn also. So, Renuka, can you
No
help me?
worries, no worries. If you don't have any idea about Flutter Web, then I can just get you overview of how to do these things.
I'm safe.
Oh, so for the Flutter Web, like everyone is like putting on the Stack Overflow or on the Twitter as well that, okay, should I build some application in Flutter Web or not? Should I use Flutter Web for the production or not? There are so many questions, right? And like if you want to integrate the payment gateway, again, like a payment gateway is like a very important functionality while developing any e-commerce application. And when you think about to integrate the payment gateway with the Flutter Web, then another one kind of like oh, how to do that basically. That is one more addition question in your mind. So I had the same kind of situation when I developed like when I started working to integrate the payment gateway in Flutter Web. Uh, First time I didn't know about the extension, so I tried to integrate the API, and like whenever you do the first time, you always have the different kind of experience, right? And with your experience, you can learn the new things basically. That's how I learned it from my own way. So like when I integrate the API for the Stripey into the Flutter Web, first thing is that there are not that much like package which support the Flutter Web. Normal Flutter mobile app, you can have that integration. But after finding so much on the Stack Overflow, what are the solution, how should I write the cloud function and all this stuff, and finally I have done that. But now after that, after like last year Firebase Summit, they have mentioned about the extension, right?
Yeah. Anybody using Flutter Web here? Okay,
Okay.
cool. You can teach me also.
So I have like said that, okay, now the Stripe, we have got the extension for the Stripey, and that's how I thought I can try that, and I can check the how is the pain or how is the relief from the pain what I have gone through that. So this is the application I have built it. It's very small application just for the demo purpose. We have built it like it's like a Stripey subscription. We are going to use it here. So while developing this application, I got to know that when you have to use this extension, you should do like authenticate the user. So any method you are using for that, you can use it. Once you can authenticate the user, then you can use this subscription extension. And once you can see the dashboard of here, and you can customize this dashboard like a Stripe is giving very much flexibility when you can add the colors, logo with your product, and like it doesn't feel like you are going out of your app and come back again, something like that. It will give you the like a nice feeling to have in the same kind of functionality, but you don't need to take care about the managing all the things related to the payment gateway basically.
So you're using Firebase Authentication too for...
Yes,
Okay.
I use the Firebase Authentication for that. So this is just video, just explaining what we are talking about. So we can go to the next slide.
Okay.
So, right. Yeah. So as I mentioned here, like a first step is enabling the email login. So I use like a normal email and password, but you can use any other, whatever you like it. The second thing is important is that like when you think about the extension, you have to enable the Blades plan. If you are trying to like just play with the extension, you think that, okay, if I enable the Blades plan, should I pay something? So there is some limit, so you can play. I think I'm playing with the extension from last 1 year. I didn't pay a single penny.
Yeah. Don't forget to do this because we're like, oh, I don't want to pay anything.
Yeah.
But if you don't enable the Blaze plan, you're not gonna be able to work around extensions. That's
Just mind in that if you are using AI extension, then definitely
Oh,
you
yeah,
will
of
get
course.
charges. So please mind in that. So then you need to set up the Stripey account as well with the Stripey dashboard, just like Laura has shown us the thing basically. So installing the extension. So there are many extension available on the extension hub. So we are using run payment with the Stripey. So next step is that you have to add the Cloud Firestore rules. Basically, I haven't write anything from my own because it's the documentation is really good for
Why
this.
not?
Seriously,
You
seriously.
just copy and paste. Developers don't do that.
I don't think so. After some time, people will write any code, Laura,
Okay,
right?
sometime.
Yeah, so copy pasting is not bad in that sense. So this is like a the rules for the Cloud Firestore. It's already written in the documentation. So you can just copy paste and put it inside the Cloud Firestore rules. The next step is that you have to configure the extension. So while Laura is talking about the Stripey API key and Stripey webhook key.
This is where you put it. This is the
Yes.
place. Don't
Yes.
forget about it because I forgot. That's what I'm telling you. I forgot to put it here and also in one of the steps later. And if you forgot, it's not going to show you like an error or anything like that. It can be confusing also if you use test mode. So check this part because again, it seems very simple and straightforward, but it's easy to confuse keys, and then you don't have the even like a error that says, hey, you please take your coffee, and then go and realize which are your keys. So yeah, remember.
Yeah, so here as well, while doing the configuration, this extension, just first add the Stripey API key, then go to the Stripey dashboard again, then you have to integrate, just like Laura has mentioned, you can use the restricted key as well. And then you have to give the access as well. You have to give the access to the customer collection, checkout session, customer portal as a write access. And for the subscription, you have to give as a read access. I'm giving you every small steps because I know if you miss out a single step, it will not work.
Yeah.
Because I've been to a 5 to 10 days, I have already spent on that, and then I have created the things basically.
Yeah,
that-
so you from the Stripey console, is it Stripey or
Yeah,
Stripe?
Stripe.
Okay,
Yeah.
Stripe. I don't know. We are creating new words here. Here, you can also create your subscription on the products. That's something that you are gonna be able to do from here. Okay.
Yeah. And then next thing is that when you are creating the webhook key, you need to add the events. Basically, what are the events you are going to use into your application? So just this is also in the documentation, but you need to add this. Don't forget to add this. If you don't add it, it will not work definitely.
Yeah.
So please make sure this should be, the next step should be you should have that.
Yeah, and also with this, it's gonna realize, okay, there is a new payment, that's something added to the cart. So next thing, it's gonna do this. That's the way that Stripe it will connect with your Firebase functions.
So after all this then you have to create the product. So it's a normal process. You can add the whatever image of the product and price and all the information.
20 pounds a subscription. I don't know.
It's very a premium one, okay?
Okay.
So, and don't forget, you can see the red mark. So just if you are using this subscription one, so just use the recurring. I took 3 days, why my code is not working? And this is small single click. I forgot to do that, and then see. So please make sure, check this as that one.
This is for subscription.
Yeah, subscription, yeah. So the next thing is that once you created the product in Stripey, you will see automatically you will created a collection in Firestore. So you don't need to create. So before that, when I started creating with this same functionality with the API integration, then I have to write the cloud function so that it will create, when I created a product in Stripey, it should talk to my database and it will create in that. So this step is already gone and it's
Yeah.
automatically done by the Firebase extension.
Yeah, I did the same. When it just started this extension, you need to write down in your database in Firestore the product, the price, everything. But now it's automatically, so you don't have to create or any other function. It's just already done.
Yeah. Just I mentioned that when you created the authenticate the user, so when you authenticate the user, customer collection is automatically created in that. So these are the steps. If you haven't done the authentication, the customer collection will not created in the Firestore, and other steps are not working. So each step is really really important while integrating this basically. So we have this video. So just sake of the simplicity, we haven't done the live coding. We don't want to take that risk here.
Nobody realized.
Okay. So you can see here, it's a normal way how you can do the authentication. Then I have created a simple application with like a simple login page where you can authenticate user. And once you've done that, you can have the, let me, I think I have to reduce my speed now, right? So, then you have to create a dashboard, and in that dashboard, I have created like I am fetching the products to display the product which you have to go into select for the subscription. While you are fetching the product, you get the product price, and which is very important while you integrating the subscription. So here you can see I have retrieving the price. And using that price, I'm going to that code I can use it afterwards. Then again, I am going to set up the client and mode for the which mode we are going to use for the Stripe integration. You can play with this, like you can play with the different mode as well. The integration is little bit different, but yeah, it's very simple. And you can have, if it is successful, then you can like routing to the success URL or the cancel URL. I think it is same with the web, right?
Yeah, it's the same thing, but now we're using Dart for Flutter
Yeah,
Web.
yeah, same. So this is how like you can fetch the product, you can subscription checkout session. You have to create the checkout session first, and then you can get the subscription. So this is whole simple process. We have the whole code on the GitHub, so you can go and check out the code as well. So Laura, like I have like one more question. Like we are just talking about the Stripe, right?
Yeah.
But like not many countries using a Stripe. Is your country use the Stripe?
Well, so if these slides are gonna are gonna help me, yeah. There is one problem with Stripe. I don't know how is the situation here in Czech Republic, but there are some other countries that you're not allowed to use Stripe for whatever reason, and you need to find other options. In this case, let me see if I'm able. Okay, so I'm gonna skip this. Again, this part of the code, everything is open source. There is this small demo in GitHub, so please go and again, there are other payment extensions, but maybe the one that you need for your country is not available. Again, in my case, I'm from Argentina. I have to put this. I have to put. I really
It's a mandatory photo,
this.
right?
And I will put this like the next 4 years because I need it. Okay, so I'm from Argentina. I don't know if you realize this, but I'm from Argentina, and there you got Mercado Pago, which is similar to Stripe, right? But it's also an API that you can use for payments. You're not able to use Stripe. You still can integrate Firebase with this type of APIs, but there's not extensions. So my suggestion, maybe that's something that I have to do after this talk, is you can create your own extension.
Yes.
And it's very, it's not that hard. You just need to put some stuff together. I think you were working on creating an extension.
So yeah, we have the challenge for the build your own extension as well.
Right,
yes.
with Invertase. Okay,
yeah.
yeah. So you can create your own extension, and then if you do it, please let the Firebase team know, because everything is open source, and the idea is to help other developers. Again, you still can have other options that are not Stripe, but there are not many extensions currently available. Okay, so now we're going to review this session highlights. So we will see two things. First of all, if you pay attention or you didn't sleep. Second, maybe if we
Yeah.
were like good
I think we
speakers.
are a good speaker or not. Let's check this
Yeah,
out.
yeah. So I invite you to do this live quiz. If you win, there's a prize. So you can join us in slido.com, or you can, create. Do we have time? I don't know. I'm not checking the time. I think we do. Okay. So first question. Are you ready? No.
Not yet.
Okay. Okay. I will wait. I have patience.
Yeah.
In 5, 4. Wow, cool.
Yes.
Yeah,
Wow.
just put whatever name, so it's like, oh, there are 200 people in the audience.
Yeah.
Cool stuff. Okay,
I think
so,
so we are a good speaker then.
okay.
We can just keep like our own.
Okay, so we're gonna start with one very difficult question. How many cups of coffee did you have today already? None, 2, more than 2, and ready to the after party. And this is an icebreaker, come on. Let's see, we got like some people in the audience. Okay. Okay,
Oh,
cool.
wow.
People is ready. People is ready. Okay, now let's go to Firebase extensions.
Yes.
How can you add a Firebase extension to your project? First one, you write your code from scratch using Firebase CLI or Firebase console by purchasing them from the Firebase marketplace by sending a request to the Firebase support team.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You're paying attention. Next one, Firebase extensions are only available for web applications, not for mobile apps. We didn't say that. So this is more like, okay, I would guess. It's false, yeah, most of you were right. Even though we were talking about web and Flutter
Yeah.
web, these extensions are available for mobile, depending on which extension, right? Firebase is cross-platform. Remember, you can use some functionality for the web and also some others for mobile.
Yeah.
Okay, this is for Flutter developers. How do Firebase extensions benefit Flutter web developers? They provide pre-built Flutter web app templates. They offer enhanced Firebase authentication methods. They simplify common tasks by providing serverless backend functionality, or they enable Flutter web to run on mobile devices. People is focused, I like that.
It's a true combination of Flutter and Firebase.
Yeah, so basically it's simplifying common tasks.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the main challenge that we got as developers, and that Firebase in general, not only extensions, are going to help us. In a Flutter web project, which Firebase CLI command would you use to add a Firestore database extension? This is one, it's
A
tricky.
little bit confusing.
Oof. I don't even know this one. I just Google. Yes, almost. Okay. So, Philip, who's Philip? Okay, cool, you win. You're the number one, yeah? Yeah, you can, I don't know. I can give you a microphone, a surprise.
We'll give you some.
Okay, we got some swag for you. Yeah, big applause for Philip. How do you feel winning?
Strange.
Okay, strange. Okay. Thanks, Philip. I will contact you with some prices. We need to realize some prices. Okay, so here is, first of all, the demo that you saw with subscription ready and Flutter web app working. You can see it in that QR code. You will see the project in GitHub. I think it's in yours, GitHub. Right?
Yeah,
So
it's my
follow Renuka also on her GitHub, and then follow us on. You can follow us on X.
Yeah, maybe we are more
on
active
X,
on the Twitter.
yeah, GitHub, and yeah, feel free to make us questions. We're gonna be around today and tomorrow.
And if you have any question after that as well, you can reach out to on our Twitter as well. Our Twitter, like it's open for everyone. You can ping us anytime and ask the question. We are happy to help you.
Okay, and thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.